So, it continued with Isaiah chapter 41. Now, looking at it as a personal personal for us personally. Once again, it's put in psychology, counseling. God saying that He is here to show His mighty hand of victorious. He is the battery within us. He is the conqueror that is within us. He is royalty, which is within us. He is the redeemer, which is within us. You know, giving us the mental capacity to overcome, to achieve. Look, I used to drink. I used to smoke. I used to do the hoochie coo. You know, to where I was in addiction. I was in addiction to it. The drinking just made things worse. Smoking was just numbing and causing my body ailments, which affected me in my late 40s, early 50s. I could have been taken, you know. But praise God, had mercy upon me and gave me a second chance. Well, actually, the good Lord gave me many second chances, honestly. And I am very, very grateful for it. For everything, for the good and the bad. I've come to understand it. I've come to see that all of that has made me who I am today. It's just that all this stuff that was, you know, always like society saying what's right and what's wrong. Like if you don't got a boyfriend and you go to a family gathering, hey Kim, you mean to tell me you come alone? What's up? You mean to tell me you ain't got a man yet? You mean to tell me you ain't got a husband yet? You mean, what's going on? What's wrong with you? That's what I had to deal with. A lot. And so what does it do? It messes up your freaking mind. Like, oh, because if I don't have anybody standing beside me, I don't fit in with y'all and your family. Well, I won't say that part about what I know now, but you know, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure many of you all probably dealt with words like that from people that you grew up with. And so it makes you feel insignificant. You know, like, I don't fit in with all that. So I just won't go. I'll stay home. I won't attend it. In a way, that's probably what I should have did. Many, many, many times I should have been like, you know what? I don't think these individuals are for me. You know, they're not for my better good. They're not for my self-esteem. They're not for my happiness. You know, why do you have to have somebody to be recognized or to be validated or to be accepted just because you all are married? And hey, I sit back and I look at your marriages. Hello. And I see the truth in your marriages. Hello. And I said to myself, psychologically, from childhood-ish, I said, hey, H-E hockey sticks, no. Internally, psychologically, that's what it did to me. And unbeknownst, I caused, when it got too serious, I said internally, it's time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? Because then they wanted to own me. They wanted to control me. They wanted to possess me. Tell me what I can and cannot do. And that, with this Libra, that don't fly. But I did what all the women did in my family. We did cook, clean, be the good woman with duties, responsibilities. But you're doing all that, little Kim, before there's any ring on your daggone finger. Duh. Don't do that, girls, okay? Girls out there, don't do that. They should be able to cook and clean themselves. Thank you very much. Anyway, so looking at this personal, as a personal thing, it can be a personal for your flesh and your spirit. What this is talking about is all that built up immorality, fleshliness, iniquity, sin, you know, being out of the will of God and not living the will, the outline, and applying it and, you know, and doing all that. So then we get on drugs, you know, we're smoking pot, you know, doing some bongs, drinking some beer, drinking shots, hanging in the bars, you know, and looking for love in all the wrong places, searching for love in all the wrong faces. Hey, these songs got truth in them. Hello, pay attention. You know, really hear it. Hear those words, man, because there's truth in it. But anyway, so this can be applied to you personally for you to overcome and conquer all of your baggage, all the stuff that happened to you from childhood on up. There's my accent. Childhood all up and growing up, and things that may have occurred to you and happened to you that was absolutely wrong. Okay, and all of that kind of stuff, and then you got mixed up in drinking and partying. I mean, you know, that's what we did in teenage years. You know, we wanted to fit in, you know, we wanted to have friends, you know, But all that stuff that, me being in an abusive relationship, so I carried all that heavy, heavy baggage with me. Not just that, but even in my childhood years from mom and dad, marriage, and the crap that I heard and saw and had to go through myself as a child of theirs. Don't get me wrong, I still love my mother and the father. They were in drama themselves. Okay, and when you come to understand that forgiveness is a lot doable. But this is actually talking about, you overcoming personally, all the baggage that is coming against you and holding you and keeping you in bondage. But God says, I have called you back from the ends of the earth, saying, you are my servant. You are my child. For I have chosen you and will not throw you away. Don't be afraid, for I am with you. So God's saying he will hold you by your right hand and give you empowerment to overcome, to conquer, to turn your wasteland into a lush, abundant Garden of Eden. Meaning your life. You can take all of that. He is the potter. We are the clay. He can mold us into a new vessel. He says, see all your angry enemies lie there, meaning like personally, meaning your drugs, your alcohol, and they're going to fight because they want to hang on to you. So they're like, you're in battle, right? You're in battle with the enemy. Those are your enemies. And so they're going to mess with your mind. They're going to mess with your cravings and your, withdrawal of, I just need a drink. I just need another cigarette. I just need to smoke a joint. I just need to do this, or, one more. Oh, it's good for me. It helps me. Okay. All right. Each to their own. You have your own choice, your own free will, yes. But just know when you make that choice to turn your life around, instead of spiraling down, which it will more and more and more, once you start looking towards the sunlight and thinking in a positive mindset and start making the right, better choices for yourself, you will begin to spiral upward. But you've got to be truthful, you've got to be faithful, you've got to be devoted. Even if you mess up and you smoke another cigarette, try again. Don't give up. Every moment, every day is a new start, a new beginning. We're all going through stuff. Every one of us. So this is why we should not throw stones at one another. Because we're all going through our own stuff. God says, for I hold you by your right hand. The power, the source. I, the Lord your God. And I say to you, don't be afraid. Don't let all these fears, don't let the devil whisper in this ear to keep you trapped and snared and steal away your life, your happiness, your joy. Life is a gift. It's a blessing. And when we start to think like that, I don't know, something happens. Return yourself to the source. He will help you. Thine will help you. The Lord is your Redeemer. He can redeem you. He will help you reset your mind. He will make you into a new creature. He will redesign you, heal you, but you got to heal yourself too. It's just like, not like bewitched and wiggle your nose and, you know, you got to put your foot forward to make the changes. You got to keep moving forward. Putting your, meet the Lord thy God halfway. Do your part. Stay committed, stay devoted. Read the inspiration that will inspire you, heal you, increase you, redeem you. God says he will blow away all your enemies. They'll be sucked up out in a whirlwind. All your baggage, all your addictions, and, you know, and he will even help you understand about who your friends are and who you are hanging with. I'm not saying hate people, but you have to change up your crowd. You got to change up your crowd of who you're hanging with, who you're conveying with. If you're getting over drugs, well, you can't hang around other people who are still doing drugs. Or going in a bar, if you're trying to give up drinking and you think you're strong enough, okay, so be it. But I guarantee you, and I'm vibing one in particular right now in my mind, oh, you've been being tempted. The thought has occurred many times, even though you're going in and drinking a soda pop. Your inner demon has said, just have one. One beer won't hurt. Just limit yourself to one. And it's been that temptation. God says, lead us not into temptation. Do not put yourself in temptation's grip. You're not to be led into temptation. And that means you're leading yourself as well. Why do you got to go to a bar to get a soda pop? Just go to a cafe, a diner, where there is no alcohol. That's what God told me to say to you. Anyway, if you want to defeat those demons, you got to put your part in it. You got to meet the Lord thy God halfway. See, we can apply this in a personal read as a psychology in a storybook form about our inner war between